So here we are in your spiritually fit room. And of course, our theme is the power of simplicity. And less is more, right? So how does the spiritually fit room, what does that have to do with you as a leader or a team member with regards to simplicity? Well, this is the reality, is that the more that we're becoming conscious with that mind, body, spirit of really, how do I keep this simple? Right? Sometimes a project can feel so large, right? So large that we feel like, oh my gosh, and we start creating problems when we haven't even started it. And so one thing is, or we're in the midst perhaps of a project and we feel very overwhelmed. And so let me give you an example. So I've been working on something where, techie is not really necessarily my area, shall we say. I'm a work in progress. And so for me, there's some things, some emails I need to send out. There's several of them and whatever. What have I done? The tendency is to procrastinate for me. So now it's like, okay, today's the day. You're going to do it. We're going to celebrate that you've done it. And you're going to get into a routine because you see, I've complicated it too much. So that's why the power of simplicity was so important for me, is that let's just take it, chunk it down. Right? What's one step I can take? What's another step I can take? What's the next right step that I can take? So to see the power of simplicity is it takes us out of our headspace, which can complicate it and make it bigger than it is. And it could very well be a complicated project you're working on. I'm not in any way minimizing that. However, it's just that we can start to spin our tires, right? We've got this going around, we're ruminating, right? And that's not helpful to anyone. So part of the power of simplicity is just what's one step I can do? What's one step I can do? As a fitness instructor for several years, well, these are earned, 30 plus years. One of the things I would oftentimes say to people is, please say you're not going to go to the gym 7 days a week. Let's pick a realistic number. So if 2 is realistic for you, then pick 2. No one's judging. Make sure that you're kind to yourself. So part of that is being realistic of what you're capable of doing. The same thing with the simplicity here is that if, let's say, you decide, okay, this is the summer, you know what, I'm going to play full out and I'm going to learn how to kayak. I'm going to learn how to jump out of a plane. I'm going to learn whatever it might be, or I'm going to try something different, right? And so the tendency sometimes is we go, okay, this is just too big. This language is too big to learn. Yes, we're going to Portugal and it would be great to learn that language, but it's just too big. So we start to complicate it, right? We start to really create problems that maybe aren't even really there. So I'm inviting you to, how can you simplify? And that's what builds your spirit up, you see, because your spirit gets worn down. It starts to think like, oh my gosh, I'm not doing enough, or I feel like I'm cheating myself. I feel like I'm, somehow robbing myself of this experience, when what it is we just need to keep it simple. We need to look at it through a different lens. So hopefully this was helpful. Keep it simple. Just keep it simple. You keep that in mind. The power of simplicity. Oh my gosh, the benefits are massive. Your spirit will feel lighter. You'll have more energy with your family and your friends and your colleagues to be able to be lighter, rather than feel like you're, at this fatigue level, which a lot of my clients that I coach or I do team retreats with, is they say, Cate, like I have no energy. I have no energy. And this is the trick right here. The power is in the simplicity. Have yourself a beautiful day. Bye for now.